Voices from the Mausoleum is brought to you by the You Run Podcast Network and yourunpodcast.com. Hello and welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum. We have an exciting new trailer dropped today, Terrifier 3. Just a little bit of the trailer spoiled for me. I know that we were going to get a bit of a Black Christmas reference. I have it queued up and I can kind of see it's pretty on the nose, but I'm all for it. I can't say I'm a huge fan of the Terrifier films. In general, like I like the second one, don't get me wrong. First one, not so much, but that second one is a lot of fun. I've seen it a couple of times. Typical sort of critique is, I think it is a little bit long, but I do think that they shortened the runtime for this one. So I hope that sort of bodes well for the pace of the film. But let's see. I have it queued up. I'm excited to see. Maybe we get more references to different films. I mean, I love that it is Christmas themed. So let's see. Got it all queued up, and let's dive on in. All right. So immediately,
you survived the most famous serial killer since Jack the Ripper.
Yes, I do like Sienna as a
coming up.
final girl.
I think a lot of people would really like to hear from you after all this time. Want to know what it's like to be in the presence of that kind of evil. What goes through your brain when he's close enough to you. You feel his breath.
Steamy. And the glasses and everything. I can't. Wild.
I saw him today.
Who? How can you be sure it was really him?
I could feel it.
Who's this Santa?
I like that we got the siblings.
He's scaring my kid.
Yeah, he's scaring me too.
Hey, Santa's handing out presents!
I mean, all Santas were kind of scary to begin with.
Why would he come back here? Even if he was alive, which he isn't. Wouldn't you want to get as far away from here as possible, as far away from you?
I kind of like the bigger scope. I'm really curious where they're going to go with her. I can't remember her name. She's like the zombie now.
Back to the Terrifier. Still buried there, isn't it?
Might be the only thing that could stop them.
Okay, so like we're definitely broadening like the lore. Okay, here we go.
Looking forward to the best Christmas ever, filled with fun, smiles, and laughter.
Well, that looks like it's going to be kind of a cool, like, intimate battle. Okay, yeah. Very Black Christmas. So, like a habit on Art's head. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it looks really fun. I like the the different references. I sort of love the sorority house Christmas vibe. I mean, I hope they don't just go too much with the references and just sort of like let themselves be like their own thing. It does feel like a bigger scope, a little more people. I mean, I knew that people were aware of art after the first one. But now it really feels like it's becoming its own mythology. It looks like there were some like demons, giving me almost like, Freddy Krueger-esque vibes, right? When we really started to look at what gave him his powers. And I do hope we don't over-explain as well. But, I don't think Terrifier is really afraid of being silly. Silly's okay. Yeah. They're very self-indulgent with the gore. The shower scene looks really fun, actually. I think it's an interesting fine line between, over the top, fun gore for the sake of just let's do what we can, let's make it silly. Like Sam Raimi does it very well. Um, with Terrifier, it's interesting, right? Because it's not necessarily like funny. It does sort of like walk that edge of being like mean. Which, I mean, again, not inherently a bad thing. It's just more of like a stylistic choice. So that's not necessarily my vibe. Like, I'm definitely more of like if you're gonna go over the top gore, like Sam Raimi, Evil Dead, like even Evil Dead 2013, like the gore, but it never felt mean. Interestingly enough, maybe because it was like the Deadites that were mostly getting chopped up and stuff. But like I think of like the salt scene, like the bathroom with the bleach, and I think it was like bleach or salt when you put on her back in the second one. Like that was like a good example of sort of like teetering on like the mean, or the or the sawing in half in the first one. It sort of teeters on the mean, which if that's not your thing, that's okay, right? It sort of makes me less likely to rewatch mean gore versus like fun, silly, over the top gore. It's tonal. It's how you kind of package it. But overall, I'm excited though. I think it's going to be fun. We'll see if it sort of matches. I sort of want like the best of both worlds, right? Where I love like the runtime of the first one, but I love the style of the second one. If we could kind of find a cool medium between the two, I'll be really curious to see where they go. But yeah, let us know what you think about Terrifier 3. We finally got a nice story trailer here. So what are your thoughts? Leave some comments below. Don't forget to, I'm going to say it, like and subscribe. Oh, so cringe. But yes, but please, thank you. We appreciate every comment, every like, every share. Yeah, so let us know what you think, and we will see you real soon. See ya.